I'll start with an admission. I fell for the free trial trap too. One lazy Sunday night, one single click. Next month, a tiny sting on my card statement, the how to cancel maze. That's when I realized intelligence sometimes lights the way like a lamp. Sometimes it hides things like a shadow. And between those two steps, there's a thin line. Hermes waits right there, the god of borders, roads, marketplaces, and messages, the patron of merchants and thieves at the same time. One hand in the deal, the other on the keys. He opens doors, but also guards the threshold. Look into Hermes' mirror, and you'll see this. The same cleverness can flow in two directions. One adds value, the other steals value. The difference? 3 simple words: consent, transparency, reciprocity. So let's make an honest deal, you and I. This episode will make you a little proud, a little embarrassed, and mostly empowered, because at a few points you'll ask yourself, wait, am I like that? Then you'll understand why it happens, and by the end, you'll have Hermes' 3 keys in your pocket: consent, transparency, reciprocity. First, a childhood memory. Picture a lemonade stand, a crooked cardboard sign, 25 cents hot summer, a sticky paper cup, a shared smile, no contract, no fine print. The weight of a handshake comes before the jingle of coins. That's trade in its simplest form. I give you value, you give me yours. Reciprocity, in its kid-plain honesty. Then we grow up. Billboards get bigger, sentences get shorter, the asterisks multiply. 70% off. If you add to cart, and before 4 p.m. tomorrow, and only if you're a member, and to cancel, please visit. Free shipping, but open the box, and the return postage is on you. Cleverness is still there. It's just like the lamp and the shadow traded places. There's an old Hermes story. He steals a herd of cattle. Trickery at work. Then he invents the lyre. He brings music to the market. Barter starts. An agreement is born. Theft becomes product. Prank becomes value. It's a dance right on the line. Trick arrow value. Here's the rule of that dance. If what you do brings the other person real benefit, if their stomach is calm, their face relaxed, your cleverness becomes commerce. If what you do hides information and leaves me with regret, your cleverness turns into shadow. Cunning slides toward cheating. Savvy sours into scam. Sometimes you walk that line, selling something secondhand and forgetting a tiny flaw, pumping your resume with an airbrushed sentence. They'll never notice. That's Hermes' border. Ask yourself, would I be ashamed telling this to my mom? If yes, that move isn't smart. It's just sly. So why do we fall for it? Because people have mapped our minds shortcuts. The default effect, the box is pre-checked, canceling takes effort. Artificial scarcity. A countdown flashes 00712, your pulse spikes. The timer might be fake. Social proof? Someone just bought this. A translucent ghost in the corner of the screen. Confetti psychology. The word approved gets rainbow sparkle and your brain's reward switch clicks. A tiny victory illusion becomes a big cost. All of it aims at one thing: lowering your awareness. Consent still looks like consent, but it isn't informed. That's why I say consent matters. Was the yes awake, informed, free? Why transparency? Because signatures made in the dark hate the morning. If a deal disappears when you turn on the light, it isn't a deal, it's a trick. If I can't state the key terms up front, I won't be able to defend them after. That sentence is the talisman around an honest merchant's neck. And reciprocity? Think Garage sale? You let an old turntable go for $20. The buyer thanks you, and you see a memory or flicker in their eyes. Maybe they danced to that model in their teens. Money changes hands, but the real shift is the direction of value. You feel lighter, they feel richer. That feeling, we both won, is trade's ethic. Now the hard questions: which side will today's move land on when tomorrow's ledger is open? Is the money I made creating an integrity debt or earning integrity interest? Catching a customer in a daze, does that count as clever, or does it quietly kill future referrals, returns, loyalty? In America's big marketplaces, Black Friday lines, the Amazon one-click universe, chargebacks, and return policies, Hermes is on every corner. Speed is treated as sacred, but when our speed switches the light off, it becomes shadow. Sometimes slow is a kind of mercy. That inner voice asking, "Do I actually need this?" ties you back to your self-respect. A good merchant doesn't silence that voice, they clarify it, because they know once people see clearly, they come back. A word about pride. If, when your head hits the pillow, you can say, "I didn't make a fool of anyone today," then you own something as valuable as your margin. Self-respect. And when the storm hits, and it will, self-respect keeps you afloat. People extend credit to reputation. That's the invisible currency of the economy. So how do we see the line? Here's Hermes' thin line test. 3 simple questions. 1. Consent? Was their yes informed? Did you give them everything they needed before the decision in a way a human can actually understand? 2. Transparency. Would I be ashamed telling my mom all this? If you'd be ashamed to say it out loud, you shouldn't be hiding it. 3. Reciprocity. Would they call me again tomorrow? Did you chase a one-off score? Or did you lay the foundation of a relationship? 3 out of 3. Commerce. 1 or 2. Gray zone. Caution. 0. Trickery. There your cleverness is a mask. Take it off, and what's left is shame. Let's go deeper. Why do we admire the savvy ones? Because fast gain looks shiny to the brain, but shiny isn't the same as solid. Shine is light playing on the surface. Solidity is substance underneath. Scrolling past how I made X in one day, 2 voices wrestle inside. I should do that too. But is this right? Hermes hears both. You choose which one to follow. Remember, adding value grows slow, but lasting. Stealing value grows marble fast, but brittle. Where does the first pin go? Into the thing that's inflated. Sometimes nostalgia makes it clearest. The corner store owner's little notebook. We'll square up at month's end. Was there law there? Sure, the law of trust. Your name, not your signature, was the collateral. In the digital age, that notebook became CRM. The meaning didn't change. Relationship is what feeds the bakery. What we call customer data today was yesterday's neighbor's name. Mock the name, and you don't just lose a sale, you lose the whole block. Now, a shared confession. All of us have had the chance to play a little game on someone. All of us have felt someone play it on us. That shared human condition can bring us together. The only way through it without shame is to turn on the light. Look, I want to make a profit. Saying that out loud is already transparency. And I want to give you value, because only then do we both win. That's reciprocity. What's left is consent. Deal. Try to see the other person's pupils. Online, that means building an interface that acts human. Plain language, clear terms. Easy cancel, fair returns, no surprises. Hermes doesn't just walk the market, he's also psychopomp. He guides souls across the border. Your brand, your business, your identity, they have a soul. Today's move will carry that soul across a line, either into light or into shadow. Money's speed may stay behind. Reputation travels with you. Reputation is what you see in your face every morning. So here's my key sentence. Speed is possible without turning off the light. Cleverness married to goodness is as strong as the best product, the best service, the best story. Because in a story, the hero isn't just you. The person across from you wants to be a hero too. Give them that chance to close one more deal. From today on, whenever you put together an offer, on a page, a screen, a table, drop Hermes' 3 keys in your pocket. Is consent clear? Is transparency full? Is reciprocity real? If you can say yes to all 3, your cleverness is commerce. If you can't, your cleverness is just a mask. And when you take it off, what's left is you. Who you are won't be proven by your numbers. It'll be shown by your light. Remember, stay sharp. Don't be a cheat. One day we'll end up back in the marketplace, and there, the weight of a handshake still comes before the sound of money.